Close the cloud. All right. Cool deal. What's up? What's up, Mr. Michael? Dude, you shaved. Okay. So, everybody that doesn't know Michael Colello, he shaved. Just wanted to let everybody know. Yeah. So,
I'm growing it for you, Michael. I got you taken care of.
Man. That's it. All right. So everybody's showing up here live at the very beginning. I'm going to give everybody propers. Michael Colello's my personal tax guy and my business tax guy. Not just a tax preparer, he's a tax strategist. I can get a tax guy anywhere on the planet. But a strategists are hard to find. Okay. And I've worked with him, mentored him for 4 years, and he knows his stuff. Okay. He takes really good care of my clients. I think that one client, dude, remember them in Yuba City? It's like the dude overpaid his taxes like $145,000. It was stupid.
Landscaper, yes.
Yeah, don't mention him. Don't mention the name. Okay.
I didn't say the name. I just said landscaper.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Got Gene Ortiz. I love this background. See, why did you give me that background? You know, like. Anyways, I love that background. Got Newton's Tech here, Joe Newton. Yeah, if you're ever looking for a fractional COO, this dude is like the bomb. Okay, so a client of mine has literally worked out an arrangement where he is on a monthly retainer, and he basically is the COO for their business. Rita, the funnel godmother here, needs no other introduction. Okay. You want your funnels working great. You want your follow-up tight, nice and tight. Rita's your gal. Cindy Tran, Jaja Financial. I don't think we've ever met, but I think you might become my new best friend because I refer a lot of people to people like yourself. And then, of course, we got the two co-sponsors in the house today. And ladies first, Miss Sherry Sanderson. Gene, you have my permission to work with Sherry because I know she can do it herself. If she doesn't have the time, you're going to create a Zoom background for her with a QR code and everything. Okay, so you and Sherry become BFFs and hook her up. Okay, and then we got Choya Harden, the founder, the man, incredible towns, incredible visibility. Okay, 70. How many chapters now?
I don't know, 70 something.
76, and then we got a brand new chapter that starts on Tuesday next week at Beaver Brook Country Club and Golf and Country Club, okay, in Powell, Tennessee. Well, actually, I think it's technically Knoxville, Tennessee. Okay, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Yours truly is going to be the host, along with Rita, the funnel godmother. It's the first IBN chapter of its kind. We're going to do a mastermind group every month, first Tuesday of the month. All the sponsors will be mentioned. We're going to pick the toughest business topic, and we're going to mastermind on that thing. I'm going to coach, teach for 10, 15 minutes, whatever the problem or challenge is. We're going to do live Q&A, and that way we can mastermind as business owners. We'll all get our commercial on top of that. And the reason why we're having an hour and a half versus the normal hour is because whenever you start talking with business owners and solving problems and brainstorming on ideas and opportunities, who knows how long that discussion can go. Mm-hmm. We just know that we got to get the business owner out of there by 8:30 because a lot of them have a lot of stuff going on and they need to get to work by 9, okay, on the job site with customers. Handling their business. This was designed for business owners who are extremely busy and cannot come to a lunch meeting or a
tradespeople
meeting because they're already out working, and tradespeople specifically. Okay, mm-hmm. So, and then if you have not had your business spotlight, okay, you need to get with Sherry Sanderson. Okay. You need to send her. Well, she's busy. Just send. Do executive assistant at johnpyron.com. Okay. Shira, who is here, will route everything, and either myself or Sherry or Gene gonna hop on the phone with you. And here's the deal: whether you are interested in incredible visibility, or being an Incredible Towns chapter sponsor, or whether you're going to be a Knoxville Insider subscriber, you want to be a business spotlight, you want to have a video bubble, you want to have, your own marketing, okay? Either time you set up an appointment with either one of these individuals, okay, I'm going to join them because we have a joint venture partnership, and I'm going to strategize with you on your business, okay? And you get a double dip there because we're missioned to help as many business owners as we possibly can. And Sherry has 20,000, not 20, not 2,000, 20,000 daily subscribers 7 days a week to her newsletter. Choya, over 76 chapters, an average attendance of 15 people per chapter, 2 volunteers. If you can get that many volunteers and that many people in a room every single month, like clockwork, since 2017, by the way, you kind of know some stuff, okay? And then for myself, you just go to my website. I don't need, everything online. There's enough evidence online to convict me that I can solve your number one business problem in about 10 minutes. I don't need 25 days, okay? So it's like the guy I talked to today, dude, Choya. It's like I talked to this dude in Memphis, Tennessee, okay? My client pulled me into a meeting, okay? This guy owns literally a franchise of almost 27 locations. Bootstrapped it. I mean, the dude's just a freaking machine, man. This is like, 10th, 11th. Both of us have something in common. We both dropped out of high school at 17, and we had an authority problem, right? And so what's interesting is as we're talking, he's like, I'm telling him, hey, let's do a strategy session, and let's really get clear on where this thing. I mean, you're blowing up, dude. Like, you've only had the franchise for like 3 years, and you're already at 25 franchises. My brother, okay? He's like, dude, I'm like getting burned out, man. I can't really spin all the plates, And I'm like, you know what? I got Michael Colello. Okay, he's my tax guy. I'm gonna have him come in and take over all the tax stuff. Okay, you're in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, hold on just a second, please.
Any lip readers in the group?
It looks like he's ordering Thai food.
Get me
It was interesting because he didn't mute, but we couldn't hear him either.
Well, I'm glad I took that call. If you have kids in the Knoxville region in Powell, Tennessee, okay, that school's on lockdown right now.
Okay? Oh my goodness!
Something's going on over there. Let me see here real quick. Cool thing about having this is, let's see, lockdown, blah blah blah. All right, so yeah, I got the phone there. We're good. Cops are there. Everything's good to go. Okay. Now, so anyways, I'm talking to this guy. Now, this is for everybody. All of us, we start a business, okay? Work our tail off. Now, here's a question I'm going to drop on everybody, okay? And Shira and Gene, I want this to be a part of every single strategy session questionnaire going forward. I thought about this last night. I'm like, that is a brilliant question. Like, we as business owners should ask this question all the time. And that is this. Where was I at when I decided to start my business? Why did I do this? Why did I go through all the headache to start this thing? What did I hope to achieve? And more importantly, where am I at now? Am I still happy with what I have built? And if I had a magic wand, what would I change, modify, add, improve? What is my new goal? What is my new dream? Or did I just build a jail cell for myself? Because I'm going to tell you, man, I talked to this guy, super cool dude, heart of gold, okay? Literally created a brand, just bootstrapped it, and just went for it. And now he's got literally 27 franchisees, and going to be at about 100 and something probably this time next year, because the brand, I'm not going to even mention it right now because it's on I'm on an NDA there. But I said, man, what's the biggest problem? He goes, dude, as you can tell, I don't have anything in my office. Like, I don't care about all this. Okay, I care about helping people. Okay, I care about my franchisees. You know, I can't figure out how to spin the plates, man. And I'm just he has buried himself. Now here's what happens. If you don't solve the problem, and all of us, this applies to me, it applies to everybody. If you don't count on this, I promise you, you're going to wake up one day and go, I hate my job. Oh crap, I own the company. You know? And it's nothing uncommon. So here's the point of the story. I said, well, let's do this. Let's do a strategy session. Okay, we're going to get together for a couple of hours. And for those of you that are listening, anybody, go to johnpyron.com, click on book appointment, or go to Kingdom Impact Consulting Group, click on appointment. Anytime, as long as I'm alive or even after I'm dead, there'll be plenty of coaches that can do this for you, because we're building out a big, massive team. But I said, let's just do a two-hour strategy session. Let's get very clear on where you want to go right now. Okay? Where do you want to go? Now, here's some work for you guys to do this week. Okay? This is the very first assignment I'm going to give him. Okay? The very first assignment I gave him before I got off the phone. I said, we got to get your mojo back, my brother. Okay? We got to get that excitement back. We got to get that energy back, man. It's like you're getting... Because here's what happens. If we don't do this, we get burned out. And it ain't from work, by the way. See, a lot of people think you get burned out by doing too much work. And that is not true. Okay? You get burned out by doing all the stuff, too much of the crap you don't like. Okay? I mean, I'm getting halfway through this book Charlie Kirk wrote before he died called Stop in the Name of God. And one of the things that I got through on Sunday is like, this dude averaged 8.5 to 10 hours of sleep a night, plus a 30-minute nap every day. Or no, 15 to 20-minute nap every day. I'm like, how the heck what? I'm sitting here going, man, I got a badge of honor getting 7 hours of sleep a night, man. I'm like, And this guy, he's like, challenged me. He's like, sleep is his superpower, but here's what happens to most of us business owners. We're so freaking stressed out that we think working so many hours is going to solve the problem, and it's not. The only difference between you name the successful person that you admire. It could be Bill Gates, it could be Michael Dell, it can be Donald Trump, it can be whoever, it can be Charlie Kirk, whatever. Okay, Elon Musk, richest man on the planet. Okay. Here's the one thing you have in common with every single one of them. You have 60 minutes in an hour. Okay? And one of the things that me and Mike Michalowicz line up very, very well on, okay? I had a great opportunity to have dinner with him when he and I were sharing the stage together, and he's like, his number one mission statement is to eradicate entrepreneurial poverty. Okay? And my mission is always God's plan, one man at a time. That is my world. Every single thing I do is you got to get a mission. Okay? Now, how do you get a mission? It's very simple. Every single morning you wake up, or tonight, start tonight before you go to bed, but just trust me for the next 2 weeks. This will change everything in your life. Okay? Before you go to bed tonight, you don't have to have anything fancy. Whip out a blank sheet of paper, okay? And at the top of that paper, okay, I want you to ask yourself this question. What do I want? All right. So everybody on this call right now, we're going to do this exercise live. It's only going to take us 2 minutes, okay? Get your phone or whatever, grab a sheet of paper, or just do this mentally. Here's what I do, okay? I've studied Psalm 139. It says this in verse 16. I saw you being formed in your mother's womb, okay? And at the end of the day, I have already numbered the days that you're going to live, okay? And what does it say here? It says, let's see here, boom, 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 boom. Right here. Okay, let's see here. Your eyes have seen my unshaped substance, and in your book all of them were written, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was not even one of them. Okay, next verse. How precious are your thoughts to me, O God, how vast is the sum of them. If I were to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. Here's the point. You go to Google right now and you type in how many people on planet Earth, okay? You're going to come up with about 8.279 billion people, okay? And 1 million seconds of time is 12 days. 1 billion seconds of time is just shy of 32 years, okay? Difference between a million and a billion. And according to that, what God says, okay, regardless of what your faith is, okay, I'm uniquely created, uniquely made. There's nobody else on this planet like me, okay? So when you get ready to write this, you ask yourself, it doesn't matter who else's goal I'm trying to achieve. It doesn't matter what motivates somebody else. If it doesn't motivate me, I'm not going to build my dream, man. Just not. So I'm going to ask myself, go ahead and ask yourself real quick. Based off of the fact that you're unique, you're the only one with your fingerprints, you're the only one with your DNA, you are unique, ask yourself the question right now. Here's the rule. The first thing that comes to your mind. Don't judge it. Don't prejudge it. Whether you can accomplish it or not, I want you to ask the question right now, what do you want? Okay? I have a new vertical smoker. It's the first thing that came to mind. Okay. All right, ask it again. What do I want? I am a pilot for a small plane. Okay, my wife's going to be excited about that. All right, let's see. What do I want? I want 1 million. I have, you got to write it as a present positive statement. I have 1 million in cash to give away every year. Okay, that's 3. We're going for 5. What do I want? I regularly speak to 1,000 person audiences 12 times a year. All right. Last but not least, what do I want? I am an example husband and father. Okay. I have no idea where okay. So what it looks like once you get through this exercise, okay, is you have it written down. Okay. Now, I don't know. I haven't set a goal. I haven't set a date. Don't even know if any of this is going to get accomplished. I just know that's what came to my mind. Okay. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I'm going to do it again. Okay. The next day, I'm going to do it again. The next day, I'm going to do it again. Right when I get up and right before I go to bed. The reason I do it right before I go to bed because my subconscious mind's a recording device. It's going to work on it overnight. Okay. Now, here's the cool thing. And I promise you this, people have paid me tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars and for this piece of advice, okay? Steve Rock is the first guy that told me, he's like, I paid you all that money and this is the best you got? I'm like, just trust me, my brother. For the next 2 weeks, do it every single day, whether you like it or not. Here's what's going to happen. 2 weeks from now, I promise you this, 2 weeks from now, 2 things on this list are going to consistently start to show up. They're just going to start showing up. You're like, oh, there it is again. Oh, there it is again. Like the whole I'm a pilot has showed up before. The speaking in front of 1,000 people. And the example husband. Those 3 things have showed up consistently for the last, 8, 9, 10 years. Okay? Every now and then they show up again. Now, what this does, okay, is when I sit down and I look at my business and I start planning, okay, and I start setting goals, the work's no longer a problem. Because here's the deal. I'm all fired up. Like, you guys go watch last week's video and all the other sessions. This is the most fired up I've been all year long. Okay? Am I right or am I wrong, Gene? I mean, you guys have seen me. I'm freaking on fire. Here's why. I re-engaged with my old mentor, Dave Vanny, and that boy's holding my butt accountable on Saturday now, telling me to do the crap I don't want to do. Okay? And he's digging all in my grill, man. It's like, I've gotten more accomplished since Saturday than I've gotten done in probably the last 3 months. Because I already know when I meet with his butt on Saturday, he ain't going to let me get away with jack. Okay? So I hired him when I was 26, worked with him until I was 46, built $3 million companies because I did all the crap that guy told me to do that I did not want to do. Here's the moral of the story. Just trust me for 2 weeks. I don't care if you want to do it or not. Okay? If you want to be successful in business, guess what you got to do? You got to do the things you don't want to do when they need to get done, because they need to get done. So that way you can do the things you want to do while everybody else is doing it down the road. Okay? Like Gene sees my calendar. Shira sees my calendar. They know starting this coming Monday, Mondays are no longer work days for Johnny Pirate. Monday, I chose Monday because the golf course is crowded on Friday and it's crowded on Saturday. And I'm going to go tee off on Mondays when nobody else is there. You know? Now, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I've worked my tail off to get it to the point, to get the business to the point where there's people that run it that I don't have to do the things I don't want to do. And I want the same for you. Okay? Now, enough of my rant. Okay? I think we've covered enough content. Let's just nail some Q&A. If you got some feedback, some stuff you want to add to what we've talked about today, maybe some golden nuggets you've learned on your own, okay? Or maybe you got comments or you got questions about what we've talked about, or maybe you got a business problem that you just want help with today, okay? First come, first serve. Here goes Rita. She's going to click the button because she's always first. Okay. Raise your head or just do this. Gene will put you in the queue. Go ahead, Rita. Talk to it.
All right. So I travel a lot and I run a business and I do pretty well keeping an even keel of, appointments. I stopped at Buc-ee's to do this Zoom. But the one thing that I really have not figured out how to safely do is if I'm traveling for 6 hours, that's 6 hours that I can't really effectively, safely make phone calls if I'm driving. So I know you have traveled a lot. I've seen you drive and work. And so how do you balance that? Or do you just say during these times, I'm not making phone calls? How do you do that?
So let me make sure I'm clear. Is you travel an average of 6 hours a day?
Oh, no. I'm driving to Ohio today and it's 6 hours away. Okay. I don't do that every day, but often. Sure. I travel often and I want to be able to keep up my phone calls because I know that, the fortune's in the follow-up and I need to be in touch with people every day because I'm doing the clean slate. So on a day like today, for example, how would I do that?
Well, first of all, probably 2 hours of the 6 hours, I would be going through some audio books, okay, and sharpening your skill set, okay. And the very first thing I would do is I would listen to whatever you're listening to, and I would learn one thing, okay. That one thing is going to give you an excuse to call people that you know, okay. Number one. Number two, you have your phone on a holder. Okay, you have a car speaker or an earpiece that you use. Which one?
Yep, the car.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a POI and a power-based strategy, okay, while you're driving, okay, because you don't need to practice and you don't need to rehearse for it, Okay.
Yep.
But if you learn one thing on audio, listen to 30 minutes of audio until you find one golden nugget. You're like, oh my God, man, that's like brilliant. Okay. Now you got an excuse to call people like me. You got an excuse to call people like Joe. Let's see who on the screen. You know me. You got my cell number. You got Joe's cell number. You got Choya, Sherry's. You should have Michael's. If you don't, Gene will get it for you. You got Gene, right? So now you got an excuse to call up and teach somebody what you just learned, which does what? It takes it deeper for you. Okay.
Yep.
You've made their day. Okay. And you never know where that's going to go. I'll give you an example. I would drop the girls off at school this morning. Okay, because Allie's out of town and I'm being Mr. Transport. Okay, and and so I'm coming back. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm gonna stop by Kroger here, man. I think I want some salmon tonight. Went and picked up some salmon fillets, got some broccoli. Walking out to my car, and all of a sudden, this guy named Joe Ray comes to mind. I haven't talked to Joe. Joe Ray, I met at IBN West Hills at whatever that place was, PF Chang's. Okay, where I first met Joe. Joe did a strategy session with me, I think, in August of last year. Okay? Yeah, because I was still at 121 Tech Hub. And then we just became good friends. I referred Mark, my assistant, to him. He hired him, and he owns an IT company in Knoxville. He just blows up. And he just came to mind. Like, literally just came to mind. I'm like, hey, Sir. Well, here, I got to be careful because I got my phone on here. I said to the Apple person, I'll put it that way, call Joe Ray. Okay, and he called Joe Ray. Joe answered the phone. I go, Joe, what's up, man? And he goes, what's up, man? I go, well, first he goes, it's Joe Ray with the Spirion Networks. I'm like, I'm not programming his phone. I'm not that important. and so I go, Joe, what's up, man? It's John Pyron. He goes, John, what's up, man? I go, hey, dude, I don't know. You tell me. I'm minding my own business, shopping here at Kroger, and you came to mind, so obviously I'm supposed to call you. What's up? How's life? Is everything okay? Why am I calling you, man? How can I help you? That's a perfect example of a power-based call. Notice what I did not do. Hey, Joe, I want to catch up with you, and I want to talk about, sit down and go over referrals, and I want to talk to you about my business and how I can help you. No, I'm just like, in a power-based call, the true magic of a power-based call is it's the raw, it's the real. And you get to do a bunch of these on your way to Ohio and back. And that will be the absolute best use of your time. You'll probably get anywhere from 5 to 10 referrals on your way there, and you're going to get 5 to 10 referrals on your way back. Okay? And the only thing you're going to do is you got your phone here, pull up contacts, start. Here's how simple it is. Okay? Oh, I'm glad I got this phone call on my doing the phone on my Bluetooth. I'm just going to do this live. Why not? Let's see here. Catherine Amack. I'm going to scroll until I find the first person. Now, hang on just a sec. I'm going to call her right now, and I'm going to conference her in, and you guys are going to witness a live power-based call right here, right now. All right, how do I do this? Okay, press. Boom. Call. And of course, it goes to voicemail. So, anyways, now if she would have answered the phone, I'd have been like, "Hey, what's up?" Let's see here. But really, I just talked to him. I'm like, "Hey, man," that turned into like a 30-minute call. Okay. Not only did I walk away with a referral for Joe Newton here, okay, I walked away with a referral for Joe Newton. I walked away with a referral for Cannon Moyer. I walked away for a referral with Sherry Sanderson. I walked away with a referral for Choya Harden. Okay. Off of that one call, I got 4 people that I got. And by the way, Shira, Gene, I'm glad you're on this call because I haven't texted that to you yet, but we need to do a referral to all the 4 people I just mentioned to Joe Ray. Okay. And so let's see here. Anyways, scroll down the phone, hit dial. Don't worry about it. You know them, right? Just say, hey, man, I was thinking about you. So I got invited to a men's group on every Friday, okay? I'm invited to a small business owners like dudes group, or actually it's a small business owners group that meets every other Thursday apparently. I think it's Thursday, Gene. It's in my calendar or whatever. I got invited to it. But they get together and they mastermind together. There's no fee associated with it, but at the end of the day, all I did was dial, right?
Well, and it sounds like from there, you can't really write things down, but I could use Brain Toss and send myself a little, tell myself, this happened on the call and this is what you need to do, right?
Good. For those of you, I'm glad you brought that up, because for those of you that are not thinking about having the green screen, you can see everything. So there's an app called, what she's talking about, there's an app called Brain Toss, okay? It's an entrepreneurial's dream, okay? And what it does is, in the background, I have Gene Ortiz. Okay, so you can see it. Okay. I got Gene Ortiz program in there. I got Shira, my EA, in there, and myself. Okay. I still got to add my wife in here. Okay. But whenever I get a thought, wake up in the middle of the night, have a call with Joe Ray, I'm glad you pointed that out, by the way. All I got to do is press the little button here. Okay. And I'm on the speaker, so it won't let me do it. I could just dictate, okay? Hey, Shira, Gene, I need you to do an email introduction to Joe Newton, Choya Harden, Sherry Sanderson, and Cannon Moyer. Okay, now that I'm thinking of Rita Thomas. Okay, and by the way, Gene Ortiz and Shira, because we're forming a company together. So if you ever need a VA going forward, you don't have to go and find it nowhere else but here. Okay. And I need to refer him to Michael Colello too. So now I've got 6 referrals I'm going to give to Joe Ray. And I haven't talked to Joe. I don't know. When's the last time I talked to Joe, Gene? Like February? January? Something like that? Okay. He owns an IT MSP company. Okay, multi-million-dollar IT MSP company who got into the conversation because of Joe Newton used to manage an IT company and now is a rock star, literal superstar operational director, okay, will run your dang company so you don't have to run it no more, okay? You can go off and do the things I'm doing, which is just playing golf and get more relationships because Joe's running the show, okay? Choya and Sherry are getting me the attention I don't want to go out and get, okay? Rita Thomas and my wife are going to IBM meetings and Small Business Matters and all the other networking meetings going, I know John. And then next thing you know, I got a referral and I'm not even there. Okay. And then you got Michael Colello who, can handle your taxes. Okay. And then I can't wait to know Cindy because it looks like she's a financial planner, and so, always got a good financial planner. So now here's what's going to happen. All those referrals are going to go to Joe. Okay, now I'm going somewhere with this, Rita, because this is a magic move for you. All those referrals are going to go to Joe, and guess what? Gene and Shira are going to set appointments with each one of those referrals so I can be on that call with Joe Ray and you, Rita, and you, Joe, and you, Choya, and you, Sherry, and you, Cindy, and you, Michael, and you, Gene. And so that way I can say, here, Joe, here's why I brought these people to the table. Because I thought about you, and I thought that, you know what? You guys have multiple properties, okay? You guys make millions of dollars. You guys have a lot of investments. And you know what? My new friend Cindy, I need to vet her, okay? And so my new friend Cindy here is a financial planner. And just like my buddy Robert Kiyosaki, who I spoke on stage with and knows personally, says you need multiple advisors and you need a second opinion because Cindy Tran here has what's called an SOS program, which stands for Second Opinion Service, not Save Our Ship, and you need to get a second opinion about your financial plan. Okay? How do I know this? Because I've coached a lot of financial planners into millions and millions and millions of dollars, and that works every single freaking time. Okay? Now, what's going to happen is Joe's going to think about me all of a sudden, and Joe's going to he's going to give it to Shira because he'll send me the email, and Shira reads my email. He's going to refer a bunch of people to me. And then Shira's going to send the email. Gene's going to make the follow-up call. I'm going to show up to a meeting that's already been set. Now, here's where I'm going with this. You do this on the way to Ohio. You do it on the way back. You're going to have a boatload of referrals. Good news is you're a part of the Kingdom Impact Consulting Group ecosystem team. Gene and Shira will follow up on your referrals. They'll set all the appointments. You'll have all these appointments waiting for you when you get back, or they'll hop on the call and you can have the appointment while you're on your way back, and Gene and Shira will be on the appointment with you, and we'll close some deals. All because you turned your car into an office, okay, and you didn't waste the time, and you have an actual excuse to call them because you listened to an audio, educated yourself, and you're just calling them because you're all fired up to teach it to somebody. And you may have talked to 10 people, so guess what? After teaching it to 10 people, you're going to be a Jedi Master at that, and guess what your new piece of content is on the way back that you're going to publish out there on the internet? It's going to be teaching this concept. And now you got real world stories about what you did. Boom. Multi-million-dollar idea right there.
Thank you so much, because I always lament losing all those hours of productivity when I'm driving. So thank you.
Yeah. There you go. All right, who's next? We're just like jamming today, man. This is like, I'm fired up. Okay. Be mine. Got almost 18,000 sessions with somebody under my belt. Give me a problem, baby. Come on. I'm going to call on you. I'm going to call on my friend Cindy right now. Okay, because I want to know her.
What do you want to know?
Talk to us. Tell us about you and what you do as a business, who you are, and how long you've been doing it.
So the financial stuff I do is my second job. So I started doing it. I live in Asheville. So for some people that do know me, we got hit really bad with Hurricane Helene and flooded out and had to move out of our house. A lot of our friends never made it back due to a variety of reasons. And I started learning about living benefits and different types of savings plans that could have saved a lot of my friends' businesses as well as their own income, not lost their homes. And so in addition to my full-time job that takes a lot of my time, I do the financial as well. So I could help people be in a better position so they don't lose their business or they don't lose their home, and put protection in even for their kids. I've learned a lot I have an MBA and an MSc, and there's stuff I didn't know that I wish I knew 20 years ago. So
now, are you affiliated with WFG?
Nope. No. So
talk to me about the living benefits, because sure. I love this right here. By the way, I've got
we all heard about life insurance having death benefit.
Yep.
Death benefit only comes into play if you're dying or you have a terminal illness, meaning you're only going to live another 12 to 18 months depending on the company. Living benefits is this amazing thing. It's money you can use while you're alive, and there's different ways you can set it up. I will go with the SOS. You have to get a second opinion, because I've heard horror stories of it not being set up right and actually not helping people. And so if it's set up in the right way, you can use your living benefits while you're alive, meaning, show of hands, y'all have to react. How many people know someone with cancer at some point in their life? My mom died of cancer when I was 5.5 years old. My dad died of cancer when he was 80. We all know somebody, right? Living benefits will kick in when you're diagnosed with a critical, chronic, or terminal illness, so cancer, stroke, heart attack. The insurance company will pay you up to 85% of your death benefit within 30 days. They're going to write you a check. You no longer need to worry about, how am I going to pay my hospital bill? How am I going to pay my mortgage? But if any of you have employees, if you can't work, how are your employees going to get paid? This will help pay for your employees' salaries, their benefits, to really help them out. And it's just, I try to do this without crying, because this could have saved a lot of people's jobs if they would have had this in place. And a lot of small businesses can't afford traditional benefits. So they have me come in and talk about other types of benefits for their employees so they can be protected themselves. Sorry, that was long-winded. I get very emotional.
No, it's okay. So let's see, Jean and Shira. Okay, we need a meeting with Cindy for sure. Okay, and every single every single client we have needs to talk to her. Just simply because World Financial Group is a company I've worked with in the past. I've coached a bunch of people there where they have living benefits and so forth to help build several people into millions and millions of dollars of revenue and business every year. But I am 100% a believer in living benefits, especially if it's done correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will tell you, if you get nothing out of this call, every single one of you need to get with Cindy. Okay. Because it sounds like you know how to set it up correctly.
Yeah.
If it's not set up correctly, you're screwed.
Right. And I'm an independent broker. So I work with a group of people and we all have a double, triple check. So I'll put something together. My coach reviews it and then her coach reviews it. So we make sure we've got you in the right plan and it's set up right. So you've got 3 eyes on every single application we put out.
Yeah. Hey, Shira, real quick, just as a side note, this is a benefit, by the way, of having a virtual assistant, okay? Because we're all busy, and I will forget this. But Shira, there's an appointment on the 8th of September for me to have my life insurance updated. I want to kind of put that on pause until we talk to Cindy. They really need a living benefit life insurance plan, not the one I was going to get, okay?
Yeah, please,
now,
anyone that has life
difference.
insurance, please make sure it has living benefits. It's so critical.
Yeah, a lot of them don't. Now, as business owners, and this is for everybody's benefit, okay? I'm looking at the screen, and with the exception of no one, if something happens to you, all the music stops.
Yep.
Okay? And without living benefits, or living benefits is great, but also there's an insurance called a key man policy insurance, okay, which handles like you're a contractor, you fall off a ladder, you can't work. It's gonna make sure that your revenues are protected.
Mm-hmm.
That's what key man insurance does. It protects the revenues of the business. Okay. Living benefits is what she's talking about. That if my mother-in-law, had melanoma. Okay. They found something in her, she went through a bunch of tests last month. We literally thought it had returned.
Oh.
Okay. And fortunately, praise God, it didn't. Okay. But I did talk to a friend of mine the other day, and his wife is going through daily chemo right now because she had breast cancer. And so you just don't know. We don't know. But without the right protection, I look at, that's why Shira, Jean, Joe, like all these people are a part of something very special right now. Because, and I'm not bragging, I just have done it 3 other times where I built the company that I can disappear for 2, 3, 4 months at a time, or I can will it on to an estate and it will never crumble. Okay? It's a lot of work to get the founder out of the way and build systems and processes. The last one I built, I sold in 2013. He went off, took the systems that I built, bought 5 other companies. Now it's a $25 million company. He doesn't even live here anymore. He lives in Italy while somebody else runs the deal. I was young, didn't know better. I would never sell that dang thing again if I didn't have to. I would be the one living in Italy and buying 5 other companies. Okay. But now what you guys are watching, all these people that know me personally, I am like 6 days a week right now, balls to the wall, hammer to the floor, because my wife forced me to buy this freaking house last year. Okay. And I woke, now all of a sudden I got something to lose. It's actually in my name. There's a hidden message there. That's why you should get a hold of Michael, because Michael does my taxes. And let's put it this way: I don't overpay. I'll just leave it there. Okay. And if I do pay, it's probably no more than the cost of a weekend getaway. Okay. And so, because that's the benefit of having entities and corporations, there's about 139 deductions out there that people don't know about. If they're structured right, then you get to take advantage of them. Okay. But here's the point. John Pyron, the business doctor, you guys see it in the back? Well, let's see. We're over there. There we go. Okay. See that right there? That whole thing centers around me. Okay. Something happens to me, that whole show stops. Okay. And so that's why we're building Kingdom Impact Consulting Group. Okay. Which is a combination of people like Cindy, Rita, Joe, Michael, Sherry, Jean, Choya, and God knows how many other ecosystem partners now. We got, businesscoach.com that brought us 7,000 coaches to our ecosystem now. And so I'm balls to the walls because December 26th, okay, and Gene, you can't tell nobody else except you two, okay, because nobody else needs to know. I will be disappearing for a whole month at this point. Like I did 2 weeks in March this year, 2 weeks in July, and then 26th, I'm going to be gone, quote unquote, for 10 days. They know about, but in reality, it's going to be, hey, by the way, I'm not coming back until February. And they're going to run the whole show without me because I have to stress test the deal. Now, here's the point of the deal. There is a process and a system to get your business to the point where you can disappear and the company runs without you. Now, it is a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy to get there. The hardest part is mentally as the business owner getting the heck out of the way. Okay? Which is why I brought Dave Vanny back in my life because I'm not getting out of the way. Shira knows I'm not getting out of the way. Gene knows I'm not getting out of the way. Dave Vanny's a master at getting me out of the way. He's did it 3 other times. I didn't want to make the call, but I know if I don't have that accountability, I'm not going to get out of the way. Okay? Now, here's the point. If something happens, and only God knows, okay, because he already said right in here, it's like I already know the day you're going to die. Okay? It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be a month from now. As long as it's not before December 26th. Okay? So, but the point is don't be that person. You don't have to put yourself in that situation. So having Keyman Insurance, having living benefits is a huge protection. Otherwise, your whole family is screwed if something happens to you. And it's not worth it. Okay? And it ain't about a car. It ain't about a smoker. It ain't about a house. It ain't about any of that. It's the fact is you got one life to live, and you should leave something behind for the world to enjoy. Okay? And so highly recommend that you get there and get a hold of Cindy. So thanks so much for contributing. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. Now, where are you located?
Beautiful Asheville, North Carolina.
Cool. Come to Speed Networking. Okay, we're doing it in Johnson City. Okay, if you haven't registered for it, okay, Choya, click on that QR code there that Choya's got in his background. I'm going to be the keynote speaker there. I'd love to meet you face to face.
We only had 10 tickets left just a little while ago. Choya will know.
8. Links in the chat.
Yeah, he just expanded. Yeah. So, but
we expanded it, and there's only 8 tickets left. So.
yeah. So, but yeah, I'd love to meet you there. If not, we'll catch up because I'm going to be in that area anyway. So, I think it's Friday, September 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ends around 2:00, and I don't even know if I'm going to come home. I might just stay the weekend and play golf or whatever.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss that. I've got a boot camp with my financial group that day that I already paid for.
There you go.
Next one. Remind me of the next one. I'll be there.
The next one's in Knoxville in February, and then we'll be back in the summer of next year. We'll be back in Hendersonville.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah. So let's see. Gene, you support me and my wife. So Cindy just gave Allie an excuse, my wife, for a getaway weekend in Asheville at that hotel up in the mountain that we stayed at. Okay,
And
so
that's what I was going to
just
tell
saying.
you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Michael, that's a board meeting we have to go have. Okay, we actually have to have a partner meeting. That's what we got to do. It's in Nashville. What am I thinking, man? I'm not thinking straight.
And which
Might as well do it at the Grove Park Inn or stay at the Biltmore.
I'd be happy to attend.
Yeah, I'll come down for that.
Just saying, brother. Just saying. I mean, you know, when you have a C corp, there's certain formalities you have to do, and I think halfway between your place and my place is Asheville. I have to go meet my tax guy there. Just saying. Yeah, we need all weekend, by the way.
It's the board. Isn't that the weekend of the board meeting?
Dude, got it right there. So, anyways, now for those of you that aren't aware of what we're talking about, okay, if you are not structured correctly, I guarantee you're overpaying your taxes. Okay, and it's like I'm not going to, I talked to somebody, okay, and I looked at everything, Michael, okay, and their person that they've gotten advice from says, no, you don't need to form an entity, okay? And in reality, when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, so you have actually probably overpaid your taxes probably about, I don't know, 15, 20 grand a year for the last 3 years. Now, the good news is you can go back and audit those things. Michael's got an incredible program called a 3-year look back that we designed. And as long as you have those 3 years open, you can go back and punish the IRS, okay? And Michael's just the guy to do that with. So definitely have him give you a second opinion about how you're structured, because most business owners on this planet, this person told them, well, until you get to $140,000 a year in revenue, you don't need to be an entity. You know? Well, if you have $47,000 or $50,000 or $60,000 in net profit, okay, and you are a sole proprietor, what is the average tax rate, Michael? Sole proprietor? Just ballpark.
21,
Self-employment tax?
20.
No, self-employment tax.
Oh,
all the other
tax. I'm sorry.
We're talking sole proprietor
roughly
here.
16%. Roughly 16%.
On top of, so net effect is probably
Income.
about 34%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, whereas if they're an S corp or a C corp, okay, max 21%. But if you're doing an S corp or an LLC with an S corp tax as a LLC tax as S corp, you get a pass through at what was that, like 15%, right? So, if you want to continue to overpay your taxes, stay right where you are. If you want to keep more of your money, get with Michael. That's the best advice I can give you, because I'm not going to sit here and give advice on the live call that's broadcasted and recorded and get sued. Okay, now if you sue me, that's fine. I'll just close the company down and start a new one the next day or the same day. So make sure you are protected is the point. Okay, the tax laws in this country are created for the business owners, not the employees. And a lot of us startup people, we came from being an employee, and now we're a business owner, and we've made the transition mentally, physically, and everything, but tax-wise, we're still being treated like an employee because we're still structured that way, okay? And there's 2 tax laws in this country. Michael will verify it. One's for business owners and one's for employees. As an employee, you earn income. They rip you off. You loan them money for a year interest-free, okay? And then you get to survive on what's left over, and then they give you a refund interest-free that they borrowed your money for a year, okay? As a business owner, you earn income. You spend every single thing you can possibly spend, depending on how you're structured, can anywhere from be 60 deductions to 147 deductions. If there's any money left over, then you'll pay taxes. And if you got a great tax guy, there's usually no money left over, okay? And if I do get a refund, Michael gets fired. So, because I don't loan the IRS money at all, you know? So, but those are a lot of great tips that we talked about today. A lot of great tips. Okay. And so I want everybody to go out, go back, share this recording with everybody, like it on the YouTube channel, share it, show up next week, bring some friends with you, and just be blessed. Okay. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Okay. This day will never happen again. Okay. Tomorrow's not even here. Okay. And tomorrow, guess what? It's going to be the first day of the rest of your life. And give yourself a clean slate every single day. Be blessed. We'll see you here next week.